Who will say what was studied yesterday? 5 minutes we can spend maximum. Patapat you have to get up and say. The points, 6 points from yesterday. What main points? You can see your note, but you have to finish it in no time. 3 minutes can be given, not 5 minutes. Volume thoda badana.
Any volunteers? Whoever's got their notebook open.
Somebody should stand up immediately. Huh. Huh. The mic nahi chahiye. I will repeat if it is important. That take time. It is the one point is the Chandogya where it is the Uddalaka Shvetaketu Sambhada. That and there Uddalaka is asking Shvetaketu to bring a banyan seed, break it, banyan fruit, break it, seed, break it, and finally to say that from where this huge tree has come, it has come, you cannot see that, you cannot know. Like that the whole huge, unimaginably huge universe has come from the truth, which is not perceptible to the Indriyas. This is a very important point there. Anybody else? Further? Not the same point, further. Binod.
You spoke about real freedom, real moksha is not something which you will attain after your body falls. It is when all the three aspects of your personality.
We quoted the from Mundaka Upanishad, Vidyate Hridaya Granthi Chidyante Sarva Samshaya Kshiyante Chasya Karmani Tasmin Drishte Paravarya. When it is seen, then these three changes take place in the personality. In line with that, I said that nothing changes in the Atma. Atma can never change. Atma is always untouched, unaffected, unchangeable. All the changes happen to our personality, so that the identity shifts from the Indriya Grashya, that means which are seen by the senses, known by the senses, to the unseen consciousness or the Atma. Anyone?
And in that you mentioned how the knowledge and the knower get fused together. So when there is a duality, we come to the Advaya state where both the knowledge and the knower get fused together. This is only through purification and through constant introspection.
But there I mentioned that this is the greatest discovery in the human civilization. That is very important. Anybody else? Stand up simply, don't raise hand. Hand will not speak.
Actually, it is a shift of vision from the body-mind personality that I think I am to that presence which is the revealer, which is the revealer of all that I perceive, all that I experience. So that shift of vision enables me to feel actually that in any given situation, I am the revealer and not to be caught by the situation.
Ila? All the shlokas to understand the meaning. Yat Brahma in the beginning. Actually it is Yat Brahma like this, like this, like this. Tat Tvam. Okay.
Swamiji, you spoke about we are so caught up in this to find reason for everything, and still, you attribute reason who makes God, and that's almost like an infinite regression. If someone makes so you said that this
one has to transcend We have to understand the limitation of our causal logic, which is determining all our life. Actually, everything, all scientific invention, causal chain. Unless we know what is the effect, we will not do anything. Ultimate truth, we have to transcend causality. Otherwise, we will ask that who have time transcending duality also. Duality, when duality is not there, there cannot be time also. Time is called the cause, whichever follows in time is called the effect. So they are.
You talked about the four Mahavakyas. Tattvamasi, Aham Brahmasmi, Ayam Atma Brahma.
Referring to the great discovery which I mentioned. Tony.
You spoke about we follow them, and we shouldn't judge others for not following them. The niti, so the first one that you take,
Niti.
the principles, we should follow them.
There is this, everywhere it is speaking in truth. There we have to remember that it is speaking of transcendental truth. So we have to transcend. So initially to be fit for by cultivating good, we have to get over the doshas in our character, our constrictions in our character by cultivating infinitude, expansion, nobility. Finally, transcend that also, the difference between good and bad. What is the meaning of transcendence? Will you become bad? No, you have already overcome the badness. You know that it always makes us more constricted. Our greed, our selfishness, our self-centeredness, they all make us small. So already we have non-selfishness, non-self-centeredness. So naturally there is no question of coming back and doing that. When we transcend, then although we will be good, but we will not blame the bad also. We will know all the doshas also, but we will not have blameful attitude. I said a sloka also from Bhagavatam, guna dosha dishit doshaha, gunastu ubhaya varjitaha. The real quality is transcending both guna and dosha. The seeing guna and dosha division, this divisional outlook itself has to overcome. Actually knowledge, spiritual knowledge, ultimately it is called abheda drishti. That is no bheda, no differential. But that people dilute, saying that no bheda, so what is why should we prostrate before the Guru? Or why should I not take all the bad junk food? It is not like that. So we have to be cautious about it. So, हाँ वो तो बता दिया हमने. हाँ, that he has already said. Let us proceed now. I have given you 2 minutes, almost 10 minutes have passed. Anyway, that recapitulation is good because when I say you will sleep, but when you have to speak, you have to be aware. Namo namaste gurave mahatmane vimukta sangaya saduttamaya nityadvayanandarasasvarupine bhumne sada paradayam budhamne Namaste, namaste, Vibho Vishwamurte. Namaste, namaste, Chidanandamurte. Namaste, namaste, tapoyogagamya. Namaste, namaste, Shrutijnanagamya. Swarajya samrajya vibhutiresha. Bhavat kripa shri mahima prasadat. Prapta Prapta maya Shri Gurave Mahatmane Namo Namaste Stu Punarnamostu Namo Namaste Stu Punarnamostu Namo Namaste Stu Punarnamostu Namastasmai Sadaikasmai Kasmai Chinmahase Namaha Yadetad Vishwarupena Rajati Guru Rajati Yadetad Vishwarupena Rajati Guru Rajati. Hari Om Tat Sat. Today we will chant, sing a little later. The voice is not all right. So let us go ahead with the shloka now. We were in the first shloka, that is 254. Jati niti kula gotra duragam.
Jati niti kula gotra duragam.
Nama rupa guna dosha varjitam.
Nama rupa guna dosha varjitam.
Desha kala vishayati vaktiyat.
Desha kala vishayati vartiyat.
Brahma tattvamasi bhavayatmani.
Brahma tattvamasi bhavayatmani.
So yesterday Jati, Niti, Kula, Gotra, it is far away from all this, I have explained in great detail. Now comes the Nama, Rupa, Guna, Dosha, Varjitam. Guna Dosha I have explained. Guna Dosha, Dishidrosha. That is the transcendental level. Nama Rupa Varjitam. This is also very important, particularly those who are reading the Shastras, you will always find that mentioning about Nama Rupa. The fact is that if you look into our mind, you will find that whatever we see, we categorize that by giving some name. So if suppose Himalaya, the moment Himalaya we hear, after we hear the Nama, we will have the mountain in our mind. If we have been to Himalaya, then many other things will come in. All other one after another will come in. Now, Rupa is not only the visual Rupa. It is any form which is, we have to make it abstract. Suppose corresponding smell, corresponding touch, any of the sense perceptions will come when the name comes. The Nama comes, that all the corresponding, suppose the Nama of a person, immediately many things about the person will come. Even the behavior will come. But they are all based on our sense perceptions. So in our mind, the world is made of these sense perception parameters, is it not? Now we have to go a little deeper and see that we are sensing the world. Our body-mind personality is also what we have known by our senses, except the I feeling, which is a seen. The I is, we know that I am. That all other things, body we are knowing, inside the body we don't know, but we see the X-ray and all that, and by that we have some idea about the body inside. This is a body, and with respect to this body, all other things, Bahya. Bahya means external universe. Now, truly speaking, when we go into our mind, do our mind. When the mind is sleeping, even here also when you are sleeping, what am I speaking you don't know, you are drooping. You don't know that also that you are drooping. Anything in the world, it rises in our consciousness or mind, we don't come to know of it. So what actually we are interacting with is the appearance in our consciousness. Suppose there are about them, we are not interacting, they don't disturb us also. But suppose we had made our vision microscopic and we are always seeing the elementary particles are moving around and all, we will be disturbed. So God has saved us by making our senses very limited, very small. Suppose we only know the pressure variation of the air, which is sound. But suppose our ears become very sensitive so that we can hear each air molecule hitting our eardrum. We will get mad. Constantly drum beating would go on, and we cannot even imagine what kind of a drum beating it will be. So definitely, suppose the eye, we see only a very little of the electromagnetic spectrum. Very, very little. Suppose our eyes become X-ray sensitive, it goes down to that level, then all of you will appear like skeletons. And no difference will be whether you are fair complexion, dark complexion, beautiful or not beautiful, long faced or round faced, nothing. Only the skeleton cuts. So actually it is the limitation of the senses which has been done by nature. With that we are having a limited perception of the world. And we are, whether the world is outside or it is our own body, it is all that is appearing in our consciousness we are knowing. In our mind we are knowing. Is it not? So, in the mind, the whole world is made of this sense perceptions, and correspondingly whatever the mind gives some name and some memory and all that, it is made of all that. So why are we not able to know that I am Brahman or I am the universal consciousness? Because whenever something comes into our mind, we focus on that. Suppose the mind is absolutely silent. Many people have in meditation, they said, Swamiji, no thought is coming, what shall I do next? Actually nothing next. That's a great thing, provided you know. When nothing is coming to the mind, no thought is there, means no world is there also. When the mind is thoughtless, means there is no perception of the world. And that world includes my own body-mind personality also. So no ego, no thought, nothing. The I means the body-mind personality also is not there. Nothing is there. So we have to know that where this world was appearing. It was appearing in the consciousness. It is still there. But it is our habit of always looking into small, small things. that is preventing us from seeing the self. The self is always there. But it is our attraction and repulsion towards small fragmented things in the world by which we are missing the self and seeing only the world. In the sea, it is just like in the sea, you see the waves and miss the vast sea water. It is just like that. The vastness of our own mind, our own consciousness, we are missing. Suppose this microphone is, I am seeing this microphone. This microphone is appearing in my mind. The moment microphone appears, my focus is on the microphone. But where it is appearing? In the mind, in the consciousness. So we are missing that. So the method suggested is always try to, another thing I discussed yesterday, that we will have no, can you just reduce it to 25? I think it's becoming here very stuffy, the temperature in both, or at least this. 25 should be all right. What did I say? Now, yesterday what we did? I was saying something yesterday.
So the method suggested because small things keep on coming.
Anyway, let us take an illustration. There is a huge mirror, as in some jewelry shop or some other hotel, etc. You find a huge mirror. Often we will dash against it, thinking that the corridor is going farther. Now, in that mirror, the whole sky is reflected with all its clouds and everything. The whole universe, you can say, outer universe is reflected in the mirror. Now, our focus will be what is seen in the mirror, and we miss the mirror. When it is very big, we will not see where it is reflected. The mirror will be missed. Our focus will be on what is reflected there. Exactly like that, whatever we are seeing, it is appearing where? In the consciousness. And now I remember what I said yesterday, that you won't have any perception without the I being present there. All whatever we are perceiving, knowing, etc., they will go on changing. Everything will go on changing. Every moment they are changing. But that I is constantly there. Without the I being there, the knowledge will not be there. The knowledge, the basis of the knowledge, the knowingness is in that I. Without that, we will not know anything. Now, we are not knowing that I because always whatever is appearing in that I, we are focusing on that. So, the method suggested is to, whenever we are seeing, knowing, perceiving anything, before the mind shifts to the nama rupa, that is perceived objects or so, you fix your buddhi on the consciousness, because without the consciousness you won't see anything. You see the beauty of it. Without consciousness you won't see anything. So the consciousness is always present there, and in which whatever you are knowing, they are coming and reflecting. Before it starts, our mind, the moment our mind has caught on to the nama rupa, it goes on spreading from there. It will bring in all the varieties of the world. But before it moves on to the nama rupa, if we can fix our mind on the substratum, on the consciousness where it is taking place, then we will know the constant I, the permanent I. So that I is beyond nama rupa. See, when you read these shlokas, you will just read that nama rupa vihina, that Brahman doesn't have nama rupa. You won't get anything by that. Reading of the Shastras have to be, you have to hit and penetrate into it and go into the practical. If we meditate on that, what am I going to realize through that? Take any kind of illustration for that. You have to penetrate and making it a first-hand experience. As long as it is something you have heard from the Shastras or from the speakers and all, it won't give you the knowledge. You have to apply it in your perception and see how we are misled always. In Kenopanishad it is said, Pratibodha viditam matam amritatvam hi vindate. Amritatvam hi vindate. One comes to know his immortality. When? Pratibodha viditam matam. When he finds the pratibodha, that is where every perception is taking place. Or when he realizes the truth in every perception, not only in meditation, that samadhi, that well, I am now dissolved into the consciousness. That is only a time-limited perception, time-limited experience. But that is not the knowledge. Knowledge is when you will be able to find the whole world is just a writing on that consciousness. You will understand it in individual case. When you are seeing a dream, many things, maybe an aircraft carrier or a palace or some beautiful fragrance or somebody is abusing you, all these things, that so many people are coming and frightening you, you got frightened also. The moment the sleep breaks, all the fright and the awe and everything is gone. Why? Because you know that my mind was the sat. Is it not? Because in individual case, you are waking up. Before waking up, you were absolutely, almost you were going to die out of fear also, perhaps. But when you have woken up, then you realize that it out of any parinama srishti, not any causality. Nobody has built that aircraft carrier. It just appeared. It was there, it has just dissolved also. The whole thing was an appearance in my mind. So because you know the substratum mind in this case, you have no problem about taking the dreams very lightly. You don't get affected by the dream. Whereas here, what is happening is the same thing happening in a cosmic sense, not for an individual mind. Because when you see that on the consciousness, your body-mind personality is also written on consciousness. As the world is written on the consciousness, what you know about yourself is also written in your consciousness. Then what is that consciousness? It is not inside the body, because the body is inside the consciousness. Inside the body, what we feel is the awareness or whatever you may say. But when we understand this body is a small part of the whole universe which is appearing in my consciousness, in mine actually, in the consciousness, where my body is also appearing to me, then this confusion will go. That is the substratum they are talking about. That is why they will say it is transcending everything that we are seeing. So this dream example is very good. If you can think about it, meditate on it, dream, mirror, these illustrations are very good. But you have to understand, going to the depth of it, that what is happening in our case. I have shown earlier the Krishna's visiting our Narayana Ashrama Tapovanam, that he realizes that it is all in the consciousness. The whole universe is a state of consciousness, written on consciousness. That also is a very good, provided you can go deep and think about it. So here, Nama Rupa is constituting the world in our mind. So how to get rid of this variegated Nama Rupa, which is mind is always getting attracted, repelled, getting dispersed, divergent by the world perception. By knowing that all these world perceptions are on the substratum which I really am. And focus on that. Not focus on the Nama-Rupa aspect. Is it very difficult? If you do, then it will be clear. But understanding it should be understood.
Swami, this consciousness, I consciousness, at any point of time, is it detached from the body consciousness at any point of time?
Detached means what?
Detached means suppose I have to undergo an operation, so I have to take anesthesia.
That is the body awareness, which is generally called this consciousness is in our Shastras called Chit. In Chit, the whole world is written on the Chit. Whereas the Chit which is manifesting through our buddhi, just like the mirror reflection, it is the whole world is manifesting through our understanding, through our buddhi, through our perception. There it is called Chidabhasa, or the awareness we are talking about. We will deal with it later, otherwise we will lose that. So, let us finish this sloka at least. Nama Rupa Guna Dosha Varjitam. That means it does not have, saying is you are describing the Brahman. Yad Brahma Tat Tvamasi. That is what I am, you have to think. We have to think that I am that Brahman. But truly speaking, what we have to do, that we have to transcend the mind, I have to take the mind to the transcendental level which transcends all these differential perceptions, Nama, Rupa, Guna, Dosha, all these things, and go to just the consciousness, just the substratum. Next from Desha Kala Vishayati Vartitat. Desha Kala Vishaya, then Ativarti Yat. Ativarti means transcending again. That which transcends the Desha Kala Vishaya. Desha means space, Kala means time, and Vishaya means object or matter. That means time, space, matter. All are coming in. Mind you, this is not 20th century physicists writing. This is written in prehistoric time. How many thousands of years ago we don't know. These are statements of modern science. In Kathopanishad, 7-year-old Nachiketa is asking, when Yama is trying to give him lot of dolls, toys and all. Nachiketa, he is saying, if you know anything like this, you tell me. What is that? Anyatra dharmat, anyatra adharmat. It is 1.2.14, most probably. Anyatra dharmat, anyatra adharmat, anyatra asmat, krita kritat, anyatra bhutacha bhavyacha, yat tat pashyasi tadvada. Yat tat pashyasi tadvada. O Yamaraja, if you see anything of this, of these characteristics, you tell me about that. I am not interested in knowing anything else. Or I am not interested in having thousands of years of life to enjoy this world. I know I have discovered the disease in the enjoyment of the world. One can never be fulfilled by enjoying the world. So what is he saying? Anyatra dharmat, anyatra adharmat. Generally people follow the religious codes. What is that? Niti, jati, niti. You should be able to connect whatever you have learnt in all the Shastras. Then only you will get the joy. They are expressed in different manners in different Shastras. But it is the same thing, because that is our convenience. How can we speak without reading anything? Because we are speaking only about one thing. We don't have to know many things at all. Only one truth is that we have to speak about that. So we have to remember that all the Shastras are speaking about this, and we should be able to relate the different Shastras. Suppose in Kathopanishad, what are they saying? Anyatra dharmat, anyatra adharmat. It is transcending the codes of dharma and adharma, which the religion is making us, or righteousness. May not be religion, all the Rajniti, Samajaniti, everything. Those are the nitis. It is transcending all the nitis. Because religious codes will not take you to the transcendental level of realizing the truth. You will be caught by the good and bad. You will be caught by the true and untrue. You will be caught by the honest and dishonest. You have to go beyond that to understand the truth which hosts everything that exists in the world. All the criminals as well as the saints are hosted by the same truth. So, anyatra asmat krita kritat. Krita krita means that the causality. See, that I always say that the greatest discovery, our rishis discovered that this causality cannot take us to the absolute level. Because by its very nature, whatever the last cause we go to, we will ask what is the cause of that. So it is infinite regression, it is called in English. In our Shastras, it is called anavastha ground. It will go back as far back, you know. So the logic itself, the logic chain tells us that to know the truth we have to transcend this cause and effect logic. So anyatra asmat krita kritat, we in effect, oh Yamaraja, if you know anything beyond this cause and effect chain which transcends the cause and effect, you tell me about bhavyacha, that which transcends the past and future. That means transcends time. Does not mention present. I always say that if you think about it, past and future is only there. Present, because limit as zero. It depends on our measurement of time. Second we can measure, then that much back is past and that much forward is time. You increase second we can measure. That much is past and that much forward is future. Is the present alone is there. That present we the truth, it is that consciousness which is beyond time and space. It's written in that book that be in the present, be in the present is the reality, and all past is we have to be in reality. So he says, anyatra bhutacha bhavyacha. The relation of time, of past and future and all. You tell me. This was Nachiketa's statement. Now here you find deshakara. Jati niti guna dosha duragam. So many of the statements you are finding here. This is one way. Go to Mundakopanishad, the 6th shloka which I always quote, that is one of the wonderful shlokas. In 4. Yattad adreshyam agrahyam agotram avarnam achakshushotram tadapani padam nityam tadabhyayam yad He ends with that paripashyanti dhiraha. Those who are dhira, that means who are stable-minded, who has realized the truth, they paripashyanti, they see everywhere. There cannot be any experience. Now they see that I, the consciousness everywhere, on which the other varying things, they are only is the constant consciousness on which the world is getting imposed. So variety, their senses are seeing everything, and they are working also like that. Where he has to do something, when he is standing in the station, the train has come, he will see the train and the number of the... But it's all in the consciousness only. His body itself is in the consciousness. Not that tensions. In the dream also, are you not acting there? Your body, mind, personality have created in the dream. And in the dream it is becoming frightened, it is becoming happy, everything is happening there. But as long as you are dreaming, you are not waking up, you don't know that it is all written on the mind. So it needs this arise, awake, uttishtata jagrata prapya varan nibodhata shurasya dhara nishita duratya durgam pathastat kaveyo vadanti. This arising to this consciousness, this substratum, is the only need. So, Mundaka Upanishad says, Yattad adresham agrahyam agotram avarnam. Almost similar to that. Adresham means which cannot be seen. Agrahyam cannot be grasped by any of the karmendriyas. What is it? Adreshyam, agrahyam, agotram, avarnam, which does not have any gotra, means does not have any lineage. That is causality again. There is no lineage. Avarnam, varna or color is differentiating one from the other. It doesn't have any differentiating characteristics at all. It's all everywhere the same. That means, in a nutshell, you can say, Vastu guna varjita. Vastu guna varjita. That means the objects, to perceive the objects, they should have some characteristics. Either they can be seen, or they can be grasped, or there will be a causality following. So it does not have any of the characteristics of the object. That it means the ultimate truth. Objects are all appearing in it, and all the objective characteristics, laws, etc., it is all in the world, but not in the absolute level. Achakshus shrotram tadapani padam. Not only that it doesn't have any of the characteristics of the object, it doesn't have any of the sense organs by which you will see the objects also. Achakshu, it does not have any eyes. Such a God we are worshipping. Foolest. We have to become fool to know it also. Otherwise, how will we know God? God is the parakashta, the peak of fool, who sees everything but doesn't do anything. So to know God also we have to become fools, otherwise we will not know. Achakshu shrotram, he doesn't have eyes, doesn't have ears. Tadapani padam, it doesn't have the karmendriyas also, the hands and legs, nothing it has. Then what is it? Nityam, vibhum, sarvagatam, susukshmam. Nityam means which is always present. Now all these things we have to understand going to the further depth. Which is always present means there is a conception of time. Actually, true Nityam, which is always present, it has to surpass, it has to transcend time. That is the Nityam. Why it is becoming so, because of the our generator perhaps, no? Reduce it further, let us see it. Are you feeling all right or it's... Huh? Cold? Oh, then don't do it. See, it's okay. Because of the lights maybe. This side you can make. Provided you don't feel cold. So the real Nitya, which is always, means actually it transcends time. In the world there is nothing which will be always present. I think Swamiji is teaching you from Bhagavad Gita also. Everywhere it is the same thing. Which has to be always present means what? It is timeless. It has to transcend time. Vibhum. Vibhum means which has all the forms included. If it has to take all the forms, then it has to be formless. Otherwise, if it is a circle already, it cannot become a rectangle. This is about form, but suppose this electricity. The same electricity is becoming the cold air in the air conditioner, then the light in the bulbs, light in this bulb, the sound in this. Everything is, what is the essence? Electricity. Have you seen electricity? It cannot be seen. If only the mic fails, he won't say that the electricity had failed, but the mic has gone bad. But if everything goes, immediately we will conclude that the power has failed. It's an inference we are making from there. Nobody has ever seen electricity. Even if you think of the lightning striking and coming, it is not the electricity you are seeing. It is because the atoms in the air, they are radiating and you are seeing that radiation. The same invisible electricity is manifesting as light, sound, air and whatnot. It's taking all these forms. Because it doesn't have, if it is already light, it cannot become sound. If it is already sound, it cannot become light. Because it doesn't have any of these characteristics, it is capable of becoming like that. So that is the Bibhum. Nityam Bibhum Sarvagatam. That means everywhere it is there. That is again you have to go further depths. There is no Sarva that it will become Sarvagata. When you say Sarvagatam, it means the world is there and it is penetrating everywhere in the world. You cannot find a space where it is not there. That means Sarvagatam. All pervading. All pervading means you cannot pinpoint a space where it is not there. That means the reality of all the objects, and as if it is something like the electromagnetic wave penetrating all the objects. It's not so. The whole universe of objects is appearing on this properly. Sarvagatam means there is no Sarva to become Sarvagata also, and it is not an object that it will enter everywhere. Suppose when we are thinking of electricity also, it is in the objective field. It can enter everywhere. When you are thinking of air, it is in the object. It appears in that subject we are knowing the world. It is not that the subject is going and there is a world already and it is penetrating. No, there is no such thing. Then it will again be within the causality. Is it complicated? Susukshmam means very subtle. The moment very subtle is told, we will think that it is subtler than the subtle, it is subtler than the electricity. Sukshmam means all the subtlest possible concept also, it is appearing in that consciousness. Then will not the consciousness be still subtler? So it is transcendental. Thinking that the water is subtler than the solid, then the vapor is subtler than the water, subtler than the vapor, electromagnetic wave is subtler than that also, ether is subtler as we say generally, actually it is electromagnetic wave. So we are speaking about subtler, it is all to do with the objective level. But all these objects we are knowing, they are appearing in that consciousness that we are, that I am. So, not subtler than all these things. Can it manifest anything subtle? To manifest all levels of subtlety, it has to transcend that. Is it very difficult? I am telling you something which is of a very ultimate level, but it should not be difficult, provided you don't bring in your already written on the board preconceived ideas. If you just simply listen, it will be easy. Nityam vibhum sarvagatam susukshmam tad avyayam yat bhutayonim paripashyanti dhira. That dhira, they see everywhere these. What is that? That is the bhutayonim. That means which is, yoni means the womb. Womb of the entire objective universe. Why he is saying? From the consciousness the objective universe is coming up, coming out. It is not like that. It is not in the objective plane that there is something called consciousness and from there the universe is producing like Big Bang. It's not so. The whole universe is appearing in that consciousness. So that is the substratum of the entire universe, Bhuta Yonim. And this is the only cause or the yoni which does not undergo any change. Avyayam yad bhuta yonim. Avyaya means which never changes. In any cases, any production in the objective universe, the cause will undergo a change to produce an effect. When the sun rays are coming, the constitution of the sun is changing. Hydrogen is getting converted into helium. So for every moment radiation, the percentage of helium is increasing in the sun. So the sun is undergoing change. So it is not avyayam. To produce anything, if we want to produce ash, we burn the book or burn the table, you will get ash. But the table will not be there, but the book will not be there. Produce any effect, the cause has to die and the effect will be born. Actually our death is also like that. Everything, the cause is dying and the effect is getting born. Only in this case when the consciousness is projecting something, then nothing changes in the original consciousness. As in the dream, again you think of the dream, by creating an aircraft or aircraft carrier or a bombing and a war or any beautiful statements or so. Has your mind undergone any change when you come back again? The mind remains the mind. It just produced. There was no cause, no steel necessary to make the aircraft, or no aluminum necessary to make the aircraft. It just appeared, just dissolved. Like that the whole world, it will appear and it will dissolve. We are not coming to know because we are within the fold of the duality and the time-space, which are all the laws of the created world. When you go to the absolute level, it just appears in the consciousness. So our Shastrakaras, our Rishis, they have created a new name for this creation. They say it is not a Parinama Srishti. It is Vivatta Srishti. Vivatta. V-I-V-A-R-T-A. Vivatta Srishti. Parinama Srishti means material creation, where the producing the effect, the cause undergoes a change. Always. If you make the table, the wood will no more be available. Whereas Vivatta Srishti is when without the cause undergoing, without the cause undergoing no change at all, the effect is produced. As in the dream, the mind has not changed. It remains the same consciousness. It produces every night it produces so many dreams that we don't remember also mostly. It just shows and it gets dissolved in the same place again and again. So this avyaya yoni is possible only in the case of consciousness, because it is not to be found in the objective ken. You cannot see consciousness as, oh, this is the consciousness I have discovered today. No, it cannot be. Then you have discovered something else thinking that it is consciousness. Consciousness can only be known as the amness in us. It can be only known as our subject. It's not in the objective field. So we have to remember this is the subject which we are talking about Yat Brahma is that subject, it's not in the objective field. So all the objective characteristics we have been associated with from childhood, we have to transcend them to know it. Swamiji, it is better not to do all these things, and seeing the shlokas, that gives us a lot of joy. What will happen is that if it is so, then whatever happens in your life also, if you contemplate on this Brahman, you will find that you have become like the cotton or the clouds, the autumn clouds, or the sky itself. It will simply pass. Somebody is abusing, oh, अच्छा है. Somebody is praising, वो भी अच्छा है, उसको समझ में आ गया कुछ praise कर रहा है, ठीक है, वो भी अच्छा है. सब कुछ अच्छा है, क्या है? Death is coming. मरण रे तू मम श्याम समान. Oh death, you come, you are like my Krishna. I would like to be in your embrace. The embrace which never ends. Every night we have the embrace, but it ends. Again we are caught in the world. The Mrityu is that embrace which never ends. Mrityu atyanta vismritihi. So if we really contemplate, then your face should not become dry, thinking that it's all very difficult. You will get the joy of expansion, joy of relaxation, joy of freedom, joy of a spatial identity. So that is Mundaka Upanishad. Is it not the same thing here also? Nama Rupa Guna Dosha Varjitam. Let us go to the second one. We will recite the first and then go to the second. Jati Niti Kula Gotra Duragam.
Jati Niti Kula Gotra Duragam.
Nama Rupa Guna Dosha Varjitam.
Nama Rupa Guna Dosha Varjitam.
Desha Kala Vishayati Vartiyad.
Desha Kala Vishayati Vartiyad.
Brahma Tattvamasi Bhavayatmani.
Brahma Tattvamasi Bhavayatmani.
Yat Param Sakala Vaga Gocharam.
Yat Param Sakala Vaga Gocharam.
Gocharam Vimala Bodha Chakshushaha.
Gocharam Vimala Bodha Chakshushaha.
Shuddha Chit Ghanamanadi Vastu Yad.
Shuddha Chit Ghanamanadi Vastu Yad.
Brahma Tattvamasi Bhavayatmani.
Brahma Tattvamasi Bhavayatmani.
Once more. Yat Param Sakala Vaga Gocharam.
Yat Param Sakala Vaga Gocharam.
Gocharam Vimala Bodha Chakshushaha.
Gocharam Vimala
Shuddha Chit Ghanamanadi Vastu Yad. Brahma Tattvamasi Bhavayatmani.
Brahma Tattvamasi Bhavayatmani.
He says, Param, the meaning is which transcends everything. That supreme, because it transcends everything. Param means जो सबको पार करते हैं. अरे यत परम चरम वाग अगोचरम means vagagocharam. Vagagocharam. Sakala vag agocharam. That means which cannot be expressed by, cannot be reached by any word. Explain in so many shastras, so many ways, so many illustrations and all. But nothing can express the truth because it is the dual expressions. So using the word, we can indicate, suppose using the logic itself, the rationality itself, we are transcending the so-called, we say that the person is very rational. Is it not so? Our rationality is based on cause. Transcending the rationality, saying that the ultimate truth has to transcend the causal. By using the same thing. Like that will allow us to go to surpass the words, to transcend the words. Now this gochara has come very interestingly. Go means actually, earth is also called go. Actually here the go, indriyas are called go. Gocharam means, that means whatever is perceivable, the gochara means of the indriyas also. Gochara, it can be perceived by us. For example, but its manifestation is gochara. When it comes as light or sound, it is gochara. But as we cannot say anything. It is the, finally gochara is the, our numbness of the nerves and all, which results from the spark. Particles, they are not gochara, they are all inferential. Find that in the cloud chamber there are some marks left. It has particle has passed which has got positive charge or negative charge or neuter. All these are inferences, they are not really gochara. Here it is bhaga gocharam, whatever words we may express. Places you will find yan neti, every morning you are singing yan neti neti vachanair nigama abochuhu. The Vedas, Upanishads, they have spoken about this truth as neti neti. Neti means na iti na iti. Iti means it is this. That means you give a concept that Satchidananda, that is the concept of Brahman. No, that is also not. That is the closest approximation. So whatever you describe this Brahman, na iti, it is not. By negative statement, everything is denied, then whatever remains is the truth. Everything ना करके क्या रहेगा? रहेगा जो हमारा consciousness है वही रहेगा, जो जानने वाला है वही रहेगा. That is the truth. Agocharam means it is not perceivable by the, not attained by the words, not reachable by the words. So, yat param, that which is supreme, sakala vaga agocharam, which cannot be reached by any words, even the Vedanta words it cannot reach. That is why you need so much of interpretation, otherwise by simply reading the book you would have known. We have to activate our mind and buddhi and make the buddhi shuddha and tikshna. That means the buddhi has to be purified, made subtler and subtler to understand or see the subtle truth. We call it ikshana, it is not pashya. Pashya means seeing with the indriyas. We use the word pashyati, but ikshana is the word generally used. That buddhi's vision, the vision of the intelligence is called ikshana. Tadikshanam. Yesterday also Swamiji was saying, Ativa sukshmam paramatma tattvam sthula buddhya pratipatyam na sthula buddhya pratipatyam arhati Samadhina atyanta susukshma vritya jnatavyamaryai atishuddha buddhivi. Why this atishuddha buddhivi? Just not shuddha, atishuddha buddhivi. So it's a transformation of the whole intelligence, mind, emotion, everything. When the truth becomes, it dawns in our being. Then, Gocharam Vimala Bodha Chakshushaha. Vimala Bodha Chakshushaha. See, that Ikshana I said, the Ikshana is Bodha Chakshushaha. Now he is saying Vimala Bodha Chakshushaha. Mala means impurity. Vimala means pure. Always we are seeing with the Bodha Chakshusha. Without the awareness, we will not know anything at all. But the impurity is the Bheda Drishti. Mark very well these words. We are seeing everything only because of the consciousness. Bodha Chakshu only we are using. Otherwise, the computer can do many things. The artificial intelligence can do many things. But it will not know what it is able to do. Because the knowingness is not there. Bodha is not there. We have the Bodha by which we know that we are knowing something or not knowing something, and in Samadhi also, zero state also is revealed by that Bodha. So we are knowing everything by Bodha, but we are missing the truth because it is not Vimala Bodha. It is Mala, it is impure Bodha. It is becoming impure by our Bheda Drishti. Why are we differentiating? Because we still have. Why are we not able to have the Vimala Bodha? Because we still suffer from clinging to what we like and hating what we dislike. Raga Dvesha. Clinging to what we like and hating what we do not like. That is why our mind is not able to have the free vision. We are not able to know people also as they are. वो अगर उसको हमें पसंद नहीं है तो उसका कोई गुण भी हम नहीं देखेंगे. If somebody I don't like, then I will not be appreciate the column he has done or she has done also. Bodha means the consciousness. Understanding, you can say buddhi also. Actually, in Buddhism it is called prajna. Here also it is called prajna. That is the fundamental source of our understanding, which the knowingness in us. See, Gocharam Vimala Bodha Chakshushaha. It becomes visible to one whose buddhi has become purified. Now, what is the problem with the people who are meditating and saying that there is no thought, but Swamiji, what is next? It means that the Bodha is not Vimala. Their thoughts have gone, but they are not able to feel the presence, the Bodha. That Bodha Upalabdhi is not there. If you are in Samadhi, real Samadhi, then it is not just that you don't have any thought or any vritti. The Anubhuti, the Upalabdhi, the experience of the awareness should be there. That is what we are missing in most of the cases. That is why we are not becoming fulfilled by meditating. The jnana is necessary because of that. Thoughts are not there, but it is blank. It is shunya. No. How can you, who is knowing the shunya? I am knowing the shunya. That I is there. So everything is purna with that I. Nothing is shunya there. Everything is filled with that I. Because there is no everything. That I alone is there. That Bodha is there. So Gocharam. Now see, they are using the word Gocharam here. Although it is not the Indriya perception. But it is a perception of the buddhi.
So Bodha is the consciousness thing.
Buddhi also. We are under. Pratibodha viditam matam. Pratibodha is used. Without the Bodha, we cannot know anything at all. Although it is agocharam to the words, it becomes gochara to one whose buddhi has been purified. The same words will strike. It's a very... Read the Shastras, but it will not strike. Anything when we have that particular experience, we find that all this is written in the Shastras. Previously when we read, we missed it. Only when we have first hand, we find that it is nothing new. It is already discovered by so many people. They have written in the Shastras, it's all there. There is no credit in discovering for yourself. So, unless that purity is there, we will not. Shastras have written about it. The words are there. Vag agocharam, they are saying. It cannot be known by the words. But once you know it, you will be identified that this word is referring to that. What the Shastras are writing, you will be able to understand. So, it is said that once you live the directly communicate with you, you will find the confirmation of whatever we have, say, I am doing the experiment, whatever I have known. Immediately the Shastras, you will find that it is confirmed there, it is written there. That is how this is living for thousands and thousands of years, unknown period. Because from era to era, so many people have done the experiment and they have confirmed, yes, it is so, yes, it is so. Purity means abheda drishti, that means the differential notion, the reality of the variety of the world will go. They will all appear on the same substratum. Abheda darshanam jnanam, it is in... the shloka is not coming down. Abheda darshanam jnanam is the first line there. It is Shankaracharya something. So purity of the buddhi also is this abheda darshanam, that everything, all these varieties are appearing on the same truth.
You will see the variety but will not be affected. You will see the variety.
But background you will find that they are all appearing in the consciousness. That will not see with the eyes. The indriyas will show the variety, but your buddhi will say that they are all appearance on the one. So it is, our whole Indian culture is based on unity in diversity. This fundamental truth, because it was discovered eons earlier when we don't know. So the whole cultural development of India, even the pujas in the temples, the music, classical dance, drama, everything is based on this fundamental truth of unity in diversity. Our people have never denied variety. They have always encouraged variety. But with the knowledge that they are all appearing in the underlying unity behind that. In our music you will find there is a tambura used in drone sound. That is the unity part of it. On which Tana Kartapa, the artist is given the full freedom. Particularly in Hindustani music it is still more than Carnatic, but Carnatic also has got. That you can do anything within the, the code of that particular raga or so. You can do anything which comes from your creativity. But keep to that raga, keep to that one, keep to that fundamental layer. Everything in our culture is like that. And wherever through variety that unity is projected, it becomes a beautiful creation of art. If that oneness is missing, then it is not respected so much in our country.
Swami, is it appearing in consciousness or is it being made by consciousness?
Being made by, when you say it is becoming parinama srishti, just you make the tripod by steel. It is not made in that manner. When it is appearing in the consciousness has not undergone any change. It just appears. Actually in Sanskrit it is called adhyasa, superimposition.
No, but anything coming to us through the senses, there is that magic of consciousness.
It is magic only. The consciousness itself is magic.
It's creating that, isn't it?
No, the creation, when we say made, created, all these things, they are referring to an objective creation. There is no objective creation here. It just appears. That is why it is called Vivarta Srishti. They give the example of the Alata Chakra, that you move a fire, it appears to be a circle, that it is only an appearance.
But then there will be the duality, that there is something outside which is...
No, the duality, to eliminate the duality, we are saying that it is appearing.
By saying it is created, you are eliminating duality.
So you use the word created, I will not like to use it, that's all. Let us not argue on that. I am using this word, appearance, as finding this to be the closest word which expresses. In Sanskrit it is adhyasa, superimposition. They have not used any ordinary word which is used for material creation. They are clearly saying it is parinama srishti is the ordinary objective creation, and vivarta srishti, they have given the name. It is a srishti because you are seeing it, but it is vivarta, it is only an appearance. So then, gocharam bimala bodha chakshushaha shuddha chidghanam anadi vastuyat. See, this vastu word, generally vastu we use for the objects. Is it not? Generally we are using for objects. But in Sanskrit, Vishaya will be used for objects generally. Vastu is used for the ultimate truth also, which is not an object at all, which is the subject or transcendental, transcending subject-object duality also. That is used the Vastu. That Vastu, the truth, which is Shuddha Chidghanam Anadi. Anadi means which does not have any beginning. Adi means beginning. Anadi na adi means it has no beginning. In the objective level, you can say Big Bang is the beginning of the universe in some way. Not that all scientists have accepted it. But there is an adi, initial portion, the starting, beginning. But in this case, it is anadi, because time is within this. Adi means you have to note some time, that on such and such time it started. If time is already there, then time is becoming more fundamental than the existence. That is why it surpasses time also. So it is anadi means time is within the fold of this. It is surpassing, it is transcending time. So truly speaking, anadi should be translated as beginningless, we can say, but actually it is transcending time. To understand, those who understand properly, it should be transcending time. Just as Nachiketa asked, if you know anything which transcends time. Anyatra bhutacha vabhyacha. Shuddha chidghanam. Shuddha chidghanam. Chit is referred to as consciousness, what we are saying consciousness. Chidghana means there is no break. Can there be any break in consciousness? Because in objective level, even the air, there can be a break. No air. In space, I don't know whether there can be break according to modern mathematics or so. But it is not an object. It is a whatever objective perception we have, it is taking place in the consciousness. So if there is a break also, that break has to take place in consciousness alone. So the chit, there cannot be any break. That is what is expressed by chit ghana. Ghana means there is no division, no break, no limit. Dense is ordinary, that objective. But here it means that there is no gap. Continuous. But continuous, again you will think that it is continuously. Actually the whole universe is appearing there. So without that there cannot be any perception. So how can there be any gap? As we are saying that when you become unconscious, suppose after an accident you have become unconscious. When the consciousness is coming back, actually in deep sleep also it is happening, but we don't know. In accident it is very prominent. That you suddenly get back your consciousness and you know that I have not known anything for a certain, there is a gap in it. How do you know that there is a gap? Because the awareness, this is what just now somebody was asking, I was saying. This is the body limited, which is the product of the body, the Chidabhasa manifesting through the body. That awareness was not there. But that gap in the awareness has been expressed by the consciousness, Chit, where there cannot be any gap. That gap also is expressed by the Chit. That is the no signal state of the mind is consciousness. All the signals are revealed by it. The no signal state also is revealed by it. But because it is a no signal state, you cannot say how long you were unconscious. Happened. Now I am in the hospital, so a lot of time has gone. You are still lying on the road, you will think that just got up, perhaps. Not having the awareness, then you get back to the awareness. You will not know that 1 year has passed, because there was no. Because your buddhi is not knowing, that is why. Otherwise, every day we are realizing in deep sleep. This is not there. The buddhi is sleeping, so we don't know. If you can keep that awareness, that the buddhi is not sleeping, the mind is still, that is the supreme state. Kathopanishad says, asaha buddhishtana vicheshtati tamahu. What is that? Pancha. Still, not sleeping. All the 5 Jnanendriyas are Pancha Jnanendriyas. Manasasaha, even the mind is still. Mind still means there is. Even the buddhi is not doing anything, not functioning. But it is. Those who are sleeping and falling, they would have become realized. Then better not to listen to the talk. Without listening, you will become realized. Chidabhasa is the manifestation of the Chit through the buddhi. The death of the Chidabhasa. The mirror example you should always remember. The light is coming from there. We are seeing many times I feel a little difficulty again and again. You put a mirror here, so that it will be reflected on the objects by rotating the mirror, directing your anything. Only you will see as the mirror shows you. Mirror is green, everything will appear to be green. If the mirror, everything tadamada, as we always see also our mind and buddhi. What happens when the mirror breaks? The reflected beam is not there. Only I give this example to express that. Suppose you are seeing the whole world with this reflected beam. Now, when the eye is coming, where from my consciousness is coming. So, by habit, to know that we have to rotate the original consciousness to know it. But what happens is that when the mirror is turned towards the original light, the reflected beam has gone. It has got merged with the original light. It's only original. The samadhi state, the supreme state. Are you understanding? So many times I have told. Is the mirror right if it thinks that the reflected beam is coming from me? The mirror thinking that the reflected beam is originating from me. Is the mirror right? No. So like that we are thinking that the consciousness is originating from the body. Actually the consciousness is only manifesting through our bodhi, our mind. That is the Chidavasa. So in death, as the mirror breaks, it is the death of the mirror. But nothing has happened to the light, which is so many other millions of mirrors are there. They are still doing the same. Like that when our body falls, nothing happens to the Atma. It remains. Only the Jiva, the Chidavasa part goes. That's all. One line just. Shuddha Chidghanam Anadi Vastujat. This is Vastu, I already explained that it is the truth, which is Shuddha Chidghanam Anadi, which is beyond time, not having any beginning at all. How can there be beginning? Then already the time is existing there. How can you say that it started at such and such time? If time was not there, can you say even the world, it started at such and such time if you say? That means time was already there. So in our Shastras, time is not linear. Time is a cyclical thing. To know the truth, we have to transcend that cycle of time. Brahma tattvamasi bhavayat.
One thing that, as you said, that time samay ka chakra. So that time moves in cyclic order, that time is.
Time है क्या? है ही नहीं तो उसमें क्या? Let us chant the two verses now. Jati niti kula gotra duragam.
Jati niti kula gotra duragam.
Nama rupa guna dosha varjitam.
Nama rupa guna dosha varjitam.
Desha kala vishayati vartiyad.
Desha kala vishayati vartiyat.
Brahma tattvamasi bhavayatmani.
Brahma tattvamasi bhavayatmani.
Yat param sakala vaga gocharam.
Yat param sakala vaga gocharam.
Gocharam vimala bodha chakshushaha.
Gocharam vimala bodha chakshushaha.
Shuddha chidghanamanadi vastu yad.
Shuddha chidghanamanadi vastu yad.
Brahma tattvamasi bhavayatmani.
Brahma tattvamasi bhavayatmani.
Shadbhirurmibhira yogi yogi hrid.
Shadbhirurmibhira yogi yogi hrid.
Bhavitam na karanair vibhavitam.
Bhavitam na karanair vibhavitam.
Buddhyavedyamanabadyamasti yad.
Buddhyavedyamanabadyamasti yad.
Brahma tattvamasi bhavayatmani.
Brahma tattvamasi bhavayatmani.
Bhranti kalpita jagat kalashrayam.
Bhranti kalpita jagat kalashrayam.
Swashrayam cha sadasad vilakshanam.
Swashrayam cha sadasad vilakshanam.
Nishkalam nirupamana badhiyat.
Nishkalam nirupamana vadhiyat.
Brahma tattvamasi bhavayatmani.
Brahma tattvamasi तत्त्वमसि भावयात्मनि
जन्म वृद्धि परिणत्यपक्षया
जन्म वृद्धि परिणत्यपक्षया
व्याधिनाशन विहीनमव्ययम्
व्याधिनाशन विहीनमव्ययम्
विश्वसृष्ट्यवविघातकारणम्
विश्वसृष्ट्यवविघातकारणम्
ब्रह्मतत्त्वमसि भावयात्मनि
ब्रह्मतत्त्वमसि भावयात्मनि
हस्तभेदमनपास्तलक्षणम्
हस्तभेदमनपास्तलक्षणम्
निस्तरङ्गजलराशिनिश्चलम्
निस्तरङ्गजलराशिनिश्चलम्
नित्यमुक्तमविभक्तमूर्ति यद्
नित्यमुक्तमविभक्तमूर्ति यद्
ब्रह्मतत्त्वमसि भावयात्मनि
ब्रह्मतत्त्वमसि भावयात्मनि
एकमेव सदनेककारणम्
एकमेव सदनेककारणम्
कारणान्तरनिरास्य कारणम्
कारणान्तरनिरास्य कारणम्
कार्यकारणविलक्षणं स्वयं
कार्यकारणविलक्षणं स्वयम् ब्रह्मतत्त्वमसि भावयात्मनि
निर्विकल्पकमनल्पमक्षरम्
निर्विकल्पकमनल्पमक्षरम्
यत्क्षराक्षरविलक्षणं परम्
यत्क्षराक्षरविलक्षणं परम्
नित्यमव्ययसुखं निरञ्जनम्
नित्यमव्यय
सि भावयात्मनि
ब्रह्मतत्त्वमसि भावयात्मनि
यद्विभाति सदनेकधा भ्रमात्
यद्विभाति सदनेकदा भ्रमात्
नामरूपगुणविक्रियात्मना
नामरूपगुण
विक्रियं सदा
हेमवत्स्वयमविक्रियं सदा
ब्रह्मतत्त्वमसि भावयात्मनि
ब्रह्मतत्त्वमसि भावयात्मनि
यच्चकास्त्यनपरं परात्पर
परात्परम्
यच्चकास्त्यनपरं परात्परम्
यच्चकास्त्यनपरं परात्परम्
प्रत्यगेकरसमात्मलक्षणम् सत्यचित्सुखमनन्तमव्ययम्
सत्यचित्सुखमनन्तमव्ययम्
ब्रह्मतत्त्वमसि भावयात्मनि
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 ब्रह्मतत्त्वमसि भावयात्मनि.
Hari Om Tat Sat. See, all the questions you are raising, they are all answered in the shloka after shloka more clearly in various ways. It is, we have to remember the ultimate truth is only one, or even not even one. It is transcendental. So all such questions which arise from our dual feeling, they automatically get dissolved there. He has tried in these 10 shlokas to attain from various aspects of our enquiry to reply that. Okay.